The sports that are predominantly black are the ones that once you get into them, the goal is for you to feed the system and help the system make as much money as possible before you profit. Basketball and football, predominantly black sports, are the main ones with restrictions after high school. Mm-hmm. For a while, they had dress code, had salary cap, couldn't smoke weed, had a length of contracts. Like in baseball, you can sign a 10-year deal. In hockey, you can sign a 9-year deal. Can't in basketball. In tennis, in golf, in NASCAR, you can turn pro after high school. Can't in basketball and football. They're going to force us, and this is a residue of slavery. That's what it is. They're going to force you to feed and pay the system as long as possible. When you graduate from high school, there's so many players that shown you can go to the league and be successful. Kobe, KG, J.O., Daryl Dawkins, Spencer Haywood, the originator.
LeBron James.
LeBron James.
T-Mac.
So T-Mac. So there's evidence.
Now I will never be your hater, I'm your biggest fan. I hope it falls into place just how you planned it. Life could put you in a pickle, just make sure it's kosher. Lean on me like Bill Withers until you smell the roses.
What's happening, fam? LAR movement still moving, right? Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. Most importantly, you need to see the clip. So I'm going to flip it a little bit. This is Jim Crow money. You get what I'm saying? So what Jalen Rose is talking about is how, you know, and I think that might have been prior to the NIL thing. Or he's talking, you know, giving a, because I think I saw that clip a while back. But anyway, what goes on is this. Like he said, you can play baseball straight out of high school. They'll pay you, send you to the minors or whatever. Hockey, I think, is the same way. I think track is one of those things, yes and no. Like you can be in college and, if I'm not mistaken, like you can be in college and run in the Olympics, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but, you know, I think you can go and run on the Olympic team if you want to, if I'm not mistaken. But hockey, like he said, but football, basketball, predominantly black sports. That and in college, those are the football and basketball are really the money makers. So those are the sports that fund baseball, hockey, da. So somebody might say, look, man, we need these people to make all this money so they can fund all these other kids who can go pro, like soccer and this, that, and the third, right? But it's like, no, that's BS. That's BS. Because you got so much talent. You know, I would say football is the only sport that I would never tell somebody you can go pro straight out of high school because the physicality is completely different. But here's the issue. It's Jim Crow money. Because you've heard entertainers say the same thing. You've heard rappers say the same thing. You've heard actors say the same thing. You've heard comedians say the same thing. Like, yo, I'm not getting paid like these people. As a matter of fact, the reason I'm making this is because they have the movie out. I don't know if I forget it was on Netflix or the Harlem Globetrotters, like Sweetwater, right? And one of the scenes, so the Harlem Globetrotters were playing these, you know, all-white teams, of course. And what Sweetwater found out was they were paying the teams that they were paying the white players that they were beating more than them, than the Harlem Globetrotters. So say they were making $20 a game, the white guys were making $100. So it's like, wait, what? We on the road. Oh, this is what we doing? Okay. So the issue becomes the money aspect. When you think about music and music contracts, you don't hear country singers and pop singers, and they get bad contracts too, don't get it twisted, but you don't hear them having the same issues that these other that other artists have. That's why people kind of hate rap now, because rap is like the cheapest form of music to make. So it's kind of like, nah, y'all can't screw it, because y'all can't screw these guys over, because the music is too easy and cheap to make. So, you know, they're gonna come out winning regardless. But you got to ask the question, like, what are we talking about here? You had the comedians who said the same. The comedians and the actors and actresses will say the same thing, like, you know, they're not making any money compared to their white counterparts who don't sell as many tickets as them. It's like, what is this? It's Jim Crow money. You know, you got to be a megastar to rake in bucks. And in a way it seems to be, and the way it comes off is, say, let's say like Samuel L. Jackson is one of history's, the movie industry's biggest box office people. Like, he's been in movies that sold, he's probably the top 3 if I'm not mistaken. So I would say, like, he did a movie with Ryan Reynolds. I like Ryan Reynolds. He's funny as a mug. But I would say that even though Samuel Jackson is top 3, Ryan Reynolds is not. But the way they're talking is like Ryan Reynolds and Samuel Jackson can make the exact same thing in a movie. And if people forget, even with Marvel and Iron Man, when they started Iron Man, the franchise, Terrence Howard was War Machine. But he was making the most money because he was the biggest actor in the first Iron Man, because Robert Downey Jr. was like on the outs with Hollywood because of all the stuff he had gotten into. But come that second one, they got rid of Terrence Howard, you know. And it's like, well, you know, because they didn't want to keep paying him what they was paying him, even though they gave Robert Downey Jr. a raise, right? So it's like, oh, this is what we doing? It's like, yes. Same thing goes with, you know, how you don't hear as many you don't hear as many white athletes go broke as black athletes. And it ain't just the money issue. It ain't just the family, you know, wanting money and taking care of the family, or divorces. It's not just that. It's also these agents and these financial advisors stealing money, you know, and all these quote unquote white guys who have all these businesses that they want you to invest in, but somehow you always lose money and they wind up millionaires. You're trying to figure out what the heck happened. It's like, oh, you're funding them to be rich, right? You're not hearing a bulk of these same stories with non-black guys or, you know, white guys, whatever. You know, like, I think, who was that? Alex Rodriguez, the baseball player. I know he has a Mercedes-Benz dealership. There's a lot of athletes with dealerships, but he has a Mercedes-Benz dealership. But you don't hear stories of Alex Rodriguez bought the dealership. He owns the dealership. He put all the money in the dealership, and then they went belly up, and he got stuck with the bag. But the other 3 dudes that was actually running the day-to-day wound up with $5 million each walking out the door. He's like, you know, he lost 25, but they all wind up with 5 apiece. Like, that's the issue that a lot of times these guys have, you know. That's why I say Jim Crow money. So people want to make all this money off of you, like he was talking about, but when it's time to pay you, they try to run you into the ground. Like, it's basically like the NFL's running back dilemma. You know, you're a great running back when you're in college making the school money. You're a great running back when you're in high school making the school money. You're a great running back when you're on a rookie contract and you're making the team money and y'all winning games. But it's time to pay you. You're 26 years old now, buddy. I think you're falling off. Yeah, I think you're falling off. Yeah. Listen, he did great last year and the year before. But what we're going to do is we're going to draft another running back, and he will get 25 carries. We're going to give him 15. Yeah. We're going to make it look like he's lost the step because we're not paying him. We're going to get this young guy, and then, you know, we're going to push him out. And then you wind up with this carousel of people who can't carry the team, and then the organization like, I don't know what to do. We're not winning like we're supposed to. Yeah, because you don't keep the people who are actually balling. Dummy. but we're going to pay the quarterback. That dude is below average, but he's a quarterback. Yeah. Okay. But it's Jim Crow money. No matter how you slice it, it's Jim Crow money. But I'm going to leave it at that, man, and tell me what y'all think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace. You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm going to tell you that.